The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to answer the question, can someone who is not the biological father of a child sign the child's birth certificate? So we're going to talk about what paternity fraud is and what the result of someone who is not the biological father signing the birth certificate is, and what you should do if that happens. We're also going to talk about a couple other scenarios if you're not the biological father and you want to raise the child, what you should do, and what to do if there's uncertainty about who the biological father is. But the short answer is if you're not the biological father and you don't know that you're the biological father, you shouldn't sign the birth certificate. So that's paternity fraud. If you are the male in the relationship and you know you're not the biological father and you sign the birth certificate as the biological father, you're committing paternity fraud. If you are the mother and you are uncertain about who the biological father is, but you tell someone that's not the biological father that they are and that you are certain, then that's paternity fraud. If you know who the biological father is and you tell someone who's not the biological father that they are, that's also paternity fraud. So there's three scenarios: uncertainty that the mother claims is a certainty. There's when just the mother knows and lies about it, and there's when both parties know, both the signer and the mother know that the signer's not the biological father and the signer signs anyway. All three of those scenarios are paternity fraud, and that harms the child, the biological father, and potentially the signer of the birth certificate. Because the effect of signing a birth certificate as the male is basically acknowledging paternity, acknowledging legally that you're the father of the child, but putting yourself on the hook for child support to that child. It doesn't automatically give you parental rights, but the problem is that if the biological father is not the one on the birth certificate, the biological father has to terminate the parental rights of the person who signed the birth certificate and get them off the birth certificate before he can get parenting time and responsibility. So the biological father may want to establish paternity, and if someone who's not the biological father has signed the birth certificate, that can cause a legal mess for everybody involved. So if someone who's not the biological father signed the birth certificate and because he was defrauded into doing so, the proper course of action is to file a petition to terminate the paternity acknowledgement of the birth certificate, and then you'd have to prove that the mother knowingly tricked you into signing the birth certificate, and you may have to produce the biological father in order to have your child support obligations terminated, because courts are hesitant to take away child support without someone to replace that child support. If you are the biological father and somebody else has signed the birth certificate and you want to establish your own paternity for the sake of getting time with your child and parental responsibility, then the same thing, you would file a cause of action for paternity fraud and terminate the paternity of the person who signed the birth certificate, and there may be damages associated with that, certainly your legal fees, if it turns out that a paternity fraud was committed. So let's talk about a couple other situations here. So if you are not the biological father and you want to participate in raising the child, this is a situation where the biological father would knowingly sign the birth certificate, but that's not the correct move. Well, you don't want to do that because that's committing paternity fraud. Instead, what you should do is file an adoption proceeding, and once the adoption is complete, then you can get put on the birth certificate. This may or may not involve terminating the biological father's parental rights ahead of time. If there's uncertainty about who the father is, the parties shouldn't guess. If you're not sure that you're the biological father, you shouldn't sign the birth certificate. Even if you want to be involved in the child's life, instead what you should do is go through the court proceeding to establish paternity and go through the potentially DNA testing or any other presentation of evidence to legally have the court establish paternity if there's not certainty. And then at the end of that proceeding, you can get added to the birth certificate and nobody's committing paternity fraud. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the post underneath this article at learn-about-law.com. And we try to get responses back to you within about 24 hours. You can also leave your questions in the comments section on our YouTube station. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud, and you'll get updates when we post new content that you might enjoy. If you need some help, please feel free to give us a call for a free consultation at 630-324-6666. The 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in most areas of law, and we have offices all around Chicagoland for your convenience. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.